Check, check, check and check.
Right Now Medical Center proudly offers school-based health and behavior health in many of our area schools. If you or your child needs health care or counseling services, please give us a call for more information. Right Now Medical Center, excellent health care right at home. Right Now Medical Center proudly offers school-based health and behavior health in many of our area schools. If you or your child needs health care or
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all of our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. Credit problems are no problem. We have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive, Beckley. Or shop 24/7 at directchoicewv.com. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletics. A winning combination. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all of our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. Credit problems are no problem. We have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive, Beckley. Or shop 24/7 at directchoicewv.com. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletics. A winning combination. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all of our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. Credit problems are no problem. We have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive, Beckley. Or shop 24/7 at directchoicewv.com. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletics. A winning combination. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all of our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice keeps a huge selection.
Solution. It doesn't matter what.
Nonetheless, Trail trying to find her footing a little bit on offense. They kind of moved it by running a little bit of some of those swing passes and stuff to their receivers, getting them outside and getting them in space, and trying to utilize John Neal's athleticism out there. And that worked out pretty well on that scoring drive. But unfortunately, both was 5 yards upfield before anybody could get to within first contact of him. So the answer on defense for Trail is probably going to be to keep those linebackers at home a little bit back off the line of scrimmage and see if they can feel their way and try to get a stop and shut that run game down, at least slow it down a little bit, because we didn't have any official stats, but I got to think 33 was probably nearing 150 yards maybe so in that first half. So he was kind of getting what he wanted. So hopefully that'll shore itself up a little bit with that the defense. And then if Trail's offense can kind of get some of this preseason jitters out, and they've played a half now, so you got to think that the butterflies and stuff are gone away, and they're just playing football now. So let's see if they can put together a little bit of offense and get some continuity going. And the offensive line definitely has to kind of come together some too to create some running lanes for those backs for Trail to get them into space. And then as Trail will be receiving the second half kickoff. Clay County received the kickoff initially.
I think that's one reason Trail didn't really want to call a timeout there at the end, knowing they get the ball back.
Right.
Something bad could happen there. You go down 2 scores instead of 1.
Right. The way it's set, you're just down by 6 right now. You will possess the ball after, barring any onside kick or any weirdness.
Yeah. I think really you're seeing, from what I could see, Midland Trail not running the ball well, but you got 5 new starters on that offensive line. And it's kind of showing.
Yeah, you got Reichert Wood played a good bit, and he's got that athleticism anchoring it up there at center. But you've got some new faces up there. It's just kind of finding their way and trying to feel the way through. And it's going to take a little bit of time to get that continuity to kind of gel them together a little bit. But hopefully they can kind of work their way through that and maybe figure some things out at halftime there and try to create a little bit more running room for the backs to get in open space somewhat.
It seems like from what I saw, they were actually throwing when Shockey had time.
The swing passes were really effective because they were trying to get those guys in space, especially the John Neals and then Brody Jones too, and trying to get them out open, in the open, in some open space that they could work with, and that was working pretty well on that scoring drive, and then, it's kind of an extension of the run game. But, Shockey was doing a good job of stepping up. Now, that last drive, they got pressure on him from the backside when he got taken down.
It was twice, wasn't it?
Yeah, 2 times in a row. And we were fearing that he didn't have it tucked away, but he did a good job to hold on to it. We were afraid it was maybe going to be a fumble. So,
and here's where they had success earlier on the kickoff. John Neal almost broke one on the kickoff, was tackled on the other side.
That's right.
In Clay County territory.
That's right. Yeah, when he came up hobbled there when he got tackled, we thought it was a cramp, but we're not sure exactly.
He's back in the game.
Okay, so he is out there. Yeah. So let's see.
This is we didn't get to talk much about in the pregame. This is the 18th time these two teams have met. Clay County leads the series 9-8. So, and these last, Clay County's actually won the last 2 here at Midland Trail, including 2 years ago when they opened this new
play clock
Roger Eads Field.
No, go right. Oh, there you go. Okay.
So kick's going to be taken by Neal at 28. He's still on his feet, but he's pushed back and see where his forward progress is going to stop him. Forward progress is going to stop him at the 30, so that's where Midland Trail will start this first drive in the second half.
Yeah, it had a little bit of promise there, but he kind of took a good blindside hit and then just kept getting knocked backwards. So
he almost could have. That would have been risky though. The way he could have. That ball was angling out of bounds over there.
Well, yeah, he could have if he would have let it go, and then you could have got it at the 35, but would have got yourself 5 yards. But if it would have took a hop and come back in, he was able to field it on the fly and catch it in stride. But
it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30 for Patriots. They trail by 6 here to start third quarter. He pitches it back to Jones and look for some blockers. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe about a yard or 2.
Yeah, some pretty good blocks, and you're always worried that they're not going to you don't get a hold out there. And refs are always looking for that, but they strung that out, and he was able to pick up almost 5 yards.
Well, the far side's marking him 5 yards, but
4.5.
This side they're giving him 2 yards.
That's a little bit of.
Far side.
Okay.
So far side officials had him marked at 35, but they're going to bring him back to 32, which I do believe that's where he did go out of bounds.
Right, yeah.
So 2nd and 8 there. It'll be Weiss in the backfield with Shockey. Got trips in the slot. Quick screen pass out to Jones. He tries to get a block from Neal, and he does get it. He gets about 3 there out to the 35, so it sets up a 3rd and manageable.
Yeah, Clay with a lot of guys in the box, it's like they're kind of waiting for that, either the quick screen game to the outside or a run up the middle, but Trail trying to string it out, and Jones with a quick little move there. He got upfield with a step, but Clay's closing in because they got so many guys near the line of scrimmage right now. They're playing that pretty tight.
Yeah, they've got about 7 right there in the box, pretty tight. So it'll be 3rd and 5. Shockey's going to drop back to pass. He's got good protection. He's going to step up. He's going to run. He's going to have the first down. It's going to depend on the slide.
They'll probably spot him 5 yards back at slide, but I think they're going to give it to him. But, boy.
That's a good spot because I believe he started his slide. It was close to the 40.
It looked like he had it, and then when he went down, it's a lot of times they'll take a yard from you because they just assume your hind end is behind where you end up by a little bit.
And that was good for him to not take that shot there because we went over to that scrimmage last week at Oak Hill, and he took a couple over there.
Yeah,
probably should have got out of bounds.
Yeah, he probably should have tucked and got what he could get.
But nonetheless, it does keep this drive going. Good. You don't want to come out first drive and go 3 and out. For the quick pass over to Dixon. Dixon breaks a tackle.
He did get
but there's going to be a flag there. Is that going to be a hold?
Yeah, that's usually what happens on that little bubble screen out there. Those guys are or the jailbreak, some people call it. I don't know what Curtis Miller would refer that to, but
so that's going to negate a
throw it
game
out there, and those guys have to hold their block, and they unfortunately held too much.
Actually, they're going to call pass interference.
Oh, he tried to jump the pass, I guess.
So he was blocking while the pass was in the air.
Oh, okay. So that was offensive pass.
So that's actually worse than a holding because instead of a spot foul that goes back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to be a 15-yarder from there. So instead of 2nd and 8, you're looking at 1st and 25 back beyond the original line of scrimmage on this drive. Yeah,
that's going the wrong direction.
Yeah, I believe
but it is first down. At least you get that first down over. But
I believe he called that. I don't know who it was on.
There was a lot of action going on over there, but the idea was good, and he picked up some yards. It just contact too early before the ball got there.
So we'll see if they can get these yards back. They give it to Weiss. He's going to get about 4 there. He gets it up to the 29.
Yeah, Weiss running hard. He's not exactly the game breaker that you're looking for to pick up a big chunk, but they were hopefully counting on Trail maybe going to the air on that play because they're so far behind the chains.
Last year against Clay County, Weiss had his best game of the year. He went for, I think, 141 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, really?
Last year, and then he was kind of hobbled by injuries.
Then he got slowed by injury.
After that, it took a while for him to work back in. And Roop was having such a good year, it was hard really to give anybody else the ball.
Him off the field.
So 2nd and 21, Shockey is going to drop back to pass. He's going to be intercepted by number 5. That is
blocking the back.
Colin
I believe
Elliott
is going to bring it back, which was totally unnecessary. But
that was a little miscommunication there.
Yeah, and telegraphed way too much by Shockey when he delivered that thing, and that was would have been an easy pick 6 for.
Was the block in the back
Clay.
on Shockey maybe because he was the one laying on the ground?
Oh, I believe it was. Yeah, that's where the flag. That was the direction the flag.
Yeah, and that was like I said. He had nobody in front of him. I mean, there was nobody going to stop him, and so that takes the pick 6 off the board. But that will be it's our first turnover of the game, I believe.
Yeah, that's
for either side.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty clean as far as turnovers go. Had not been clean as far as penalty flags.
And that's kind of what happens when you get backed up behind the chains and because instead of a 2nd and 2, you had 1st and 25, and that leads to an interception. Your whole play calls change. So it'd be 1st and 10 for Clay County. Ball is about the 33 of the Patriots.
Yeah, let's see if this defense they're rushing some guys around to get set, but let's see if they can get a stop on this run game.
They hand it right off to Scarborough, who had the big first half.
Yeah, he's just running like a man out there, kind of picking up where he left off.
Scarborough had a good year last year. I believe he had 877 yards, which in this offense, that's a lot because this offense, they like to throw it.
Yeah.
So going to be 2nd and 4.
Be a good place for Trail to get a turnover back. They could.
Collins going to hand it off this time to
Elliott.
That is Blake Coleman, and Blake Coleman is still driving inside the 20. Going to have the first down there. Yeah, I watched a couple interviews with Coach Nichols from the Panthers, and he said he had a really good running back in Scarborough, and he had a good backup there in Coleman. Coleman, a 5'8" senior. So
hard to tell.
He's wanting to roll the play clock, but they're not on. I don't know why he's signaling. I guess.
So 1st and 10, Collins drops back. He throws a fade to the corner and just out of the hands of his receiver, Elliott.
John Neal tried to play it on the slide. The effort would have came on the ricochet, and he
initially played it very well, but then Elliott kind of got inside
of him, yeah, and then thought
ball was just
both of them had a pretty good shot at it, but
so bring up 2nd and 10, and you wonder why Clay even tries to throw the ball right now. I mean,
I know the way they're running it, it's kind of crazy that they are going to the air, and if you're trail, you need to try to take advantage and pick one of these off.
Scarborough behind Collins and looking for the screen to Collins. It's not there, but it's wide open in the middle. That is Elliott who had the interception, and that was a beautiful play there. They were looking for the running back screen there, and then the wide receiver screen came inside.
Yeah, that was a nice design.
Yeah, that was Colin Elliott, who he ends up getting the touchdown after all.
Yeah, he didn't get it on the pick six, but he got it on the drive later on with the middle screen or wide receiver screen to the middle. So
neither team yet to complete any type of point after conversion. Trail has missed one extra point and
a field goal attempt.
And
Clay going to go for 2.
They're going to hand it off on that reverse. The same play they had earlier. He elected to throw earlier. That time he elected to keep it himself, and he's going to get the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, he got it. At first they didn't signal. He took a shot right at the line. It was almost a stalemate, but
that was the same exact play that they ran on the 2-point conversion earlier.
Right.
And he could have ran it in earlier, but he threw it.
He tried to throw it.
His guy just dropped a wide open 2-point conversion there.
Yeah, that was definitely the wiser choice to hang on to at that time.
So Northern Trail going to have to get their offense going here. They had, like I said, a good drive going there on that first drive of this half, and then the penalty just pushed it back quickly.
Yeah, you kind of set them up with that one with that turnover and that pick, and it just that sometimes is a difference in some of these games when they're tight like that. If you remember a couple years ago when the elder Collins was he had a pick 6 in that game. Yep. That was kind of the difference in that game because that one was back and forth.
That was 2 years ago up here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he would have been a senior, and he was kind of a one-man wrecking crew that whole time. So
correction, it's not a Steve, that's a Stephanie leg. Stephanie leg. Come on up. Get this Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a little bit better kick return here this time. See what Clay opts to do with the kick. If
they've been kicking them short.
Yeah, they got
back deep. I believe is Brody Jones and Colt Lesher. Jones a senior, Lesher a freshman.
Let the Colt run. Maybe he can get a shot at it here.
He's going to boot this one short again, right to John Neal. He's looking for the sideline.
There you go.
He gets out to the 50, still on his feet, across the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, end zone, John Neal.
Nice.
A quick answer.
You needed that, and you got it quick. That was what was nice about the response. You didn't wait, and you didn't burn a lot of time off the clock, and you're right back in this thing now. If you're trailed, you're going to line up and go for 2 here, and that looks like you're sending Shrewsbury out.
You thought you were okay. Maybe he can just get the sideline and get to midfield.
And he had good, would have had great field position at that point. But then it's like, well, he's got a chance, and then he still outrun the guys that looked like they were going to tangle him up for a second.
And he did a great job of keeping his feet in bounds right along that sideline. Like you said, earlier in the first half, he almost had one.
Yeah, they did a great job of setting him up a wall, and then Neal just did the rest with his athleticism and just turned it on and outran everybody.
So Shrewsbury's point after attempt is up. That one looks good. It is good.
That one went in Byron Sims' backfield back there.
So that with less than 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Midland Trail answers quickly to cut this back to a 7-point game, 20-13. We'll be right back after these commercials.
In Fayetteville, some things never change. A good cut, a good story, and a chair that's always open. At Flat Top Fridays, every trim comes with a little hometown pride. And on Friday nights, we're right there with you. Proud sponsor of Midland Trail Athletics. Flat Top Fridays, 227 North Court Street, Fayetteville. Book your chair today.
All right, welcome back to the Midland Trail Sports Network after John Neal with about a 72-yard kickoff return there, as Midland Trail's offense has really struggled the last few possessions. They get a little spark there from the special teams and cut this back to a one-possession lead here with 7:58 to go in the third quarter.
And if you're going to come back in a game like this when you gift them a pick down here in their territory, you got to have something like special teams come up like you just did. So that kind of bails you out and helps you keep treading water. So now for Trail defense, you need to come out and get this ball back and give it right back to the offense and let them get out there and get some confidence going.
And I think really you got to feel good. You haven't played very well.
Right.
And you're only
and
down
you're in
7.
striking distance, correct, yeah.
But you got to figure out something on defense right now because you're struggling to stop the run.
Yeah, that run defense has definitely got to be shored up.
Shrewsbury set to kick off here for the Patriots. It kicks a squib. It's taken at about the 40 there by number 8.
Yeah, wise decision to kneel that
Number
thing
8
down.
is Nick Williams. Yeah, he just wisely takes a knee right there. So Clay County will be set up with pretty good field position here.
Yeah, you kind of gifted them a little too much good field position there. So
they're going to start at 41, their own 41 here with 7:49 to go.
let's see if the defensive line and the linebackers can control these gaps a little bit and not get pulled up into that mess when they go to hand it off.
Colin's going to hand it off to Coleman, and he's wiggling his way through. He's going to be brought down across the 50, just shy of the first down, but that is way too many yards on first down.
Still picking up chunks when they come off that left side.
I mean, he's 5 or 6 yards downfield before he was even touched.
Yeah, they found something they like over there for sure. And
this is really surprising. I don't know, because last week in that scrimmage against Oak Hill, they pretty much shut the run down.
Yeah, they kind of took the run away from Oak Hill and kind of forced them into that pass game.
Going to go back to Scarborough, and he's got a first down and then some across the 45. Dragon defenders brought down there initially by, I believe that was Brody Hensley, who made the initial tackle and slowed him up.
Yeah, there's just way too much running room initially at the line of scrimmages. Scarborough might have an equipment. He got a shoe issue. He's going to have to come off the field for a play at least and get this.
So Coleman's going to be the lone back. They're going to bring back in Colin Elliott, who had the interception and the reception for touchdown on the last offensive drive. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball at the Midland Trail 41. Going to be a false. No.
Thought it might have been.
It probably should have been, but it was missed. That slot receiver, the one that ended up catching it.
Right.
Goes for about 9 yards.
Yeah, and that's been Clay's kind of MO here for since they got things going, was picking up 9 to 12 yards on a rush and 7 to 8, 9 yards on a little quick pass
game. A little
game.
Extension of the run game there for the most part.
Yeah, kind of similar to what Trail's doing. They're just going downfield with it a little bit more, but it's effective, and it's got Trail on their heels a little bit here trying to find an answer.
So 2nd and 1, he brings Elliott in motion, and Colin's going to keep it himself. He's got the first down across the 25, still on his feet, cuts up inside the 20. They're going to mark him down right around the 20-yard line.
Colin's pretty quick when he gets out there in the open field. He broke through the line of scrimmage, and then he was off a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, we haven't seen him
surprised
run
that
much.
defense now.
Scarborough back in the game after he gets what equipment issue he was having fixed.
Yeah, you got to think that they'll lean on Scarborough in that run game as much as humanly possible the way it's hitting on all cylinders right now.
Collins dropping back to pass. He's going to that corner again.
Come on,
John
John
Neal with the interception.
Wow, what a
in
catch.
the corner. Wow.
Amazing catch by Neal.
And we go back to what we've been saying. Why are you throwing the ball? That is a gift that you just gave to the Patriots.
Yeah, you got a quick strike on your kick return, and then you needed to turn over and take one back away, and you just got it. And like you said, makes no sense.
Makes no sense to be throwing the ball
why you
right
would
now.
get down deep into
And you're
trail
throwing
territory.
and you're basically throwing a 50-50 ball right there.
Right. I mean, it probably Trail's best cover man. You're throwing it right at him.
And it was a heck of a catch. I mean, the way he turned it in air to make that catch.
Yeah, he's at least your most dynamic athlete out there, and he just made a play. So great job by Neal. 2 plays in a row with the kick return and now the interception.
They go to Weiss. He's going to get positive yards. He's going to fall forward.
Yeah, he's
You get about to the 23, so give him 3 there. Yeah, I mean, if you're Clay County, you got a chance there to go up 2 scores.
Yeah, you kind of take that momentum back that Trail took, on that kick return, but Trail doing a good job, that defense coming up with that takeaway and just snuffing that thing out.
Right now, your MVP of this game is keeping you in this game is John Neal.
Yeah, he's definitely he was poised for a big season, and he's showing up big time so far.
Going for that quick screen out to Jones. He cuts it upfield. He's going to be near the first down. It's going to depend on the spot, and he's going to have the first down.
I think he'll give it to him. He's right at it. Yeah, he's just over, it looks like. So, again, they're going to signal first down. So, yeah, good job. That
it gets
little swing game again.
He gets 8 there to get the first down and keep this drive going. Is just a little swing pass out to Jones, picked up some good blocks, and then really the rest was himself.
Yeah, trailed with Weiss, hitting it up in there. He's definitely a short yardage back. Like you said, against Clay last year, he had a really big game. So they're trying to rediscover that again, I think, get his footing.
Was the ball on the ground?
Lost the ball. Oh, are you kidding me? Did we give it right back?
They give it right back to him. Fumble recovery there by Vince Lopez.
Looked like he never really got a hold of it when it was handed to him from Shockey. I think it was he was kind of dribbling it down his front and then just could not get a hold of it. So not sure what happened there, but man,
you don't make. You're basically Clay County's about
where they were when you took it from. Yeah, now you got to think this is going to be run if the coaches from Clay learn anything from that last drive.
And right now, Midland Trail's basically they've got. They spread out a little bit there. I thought they were going to put a little bit more in the box there.
Yeah, now they're bringing those linebackers
just not getting
up.
Any penetration against that offensive line. They go back to Scarborough, and he's crossed the 30, inside the 25, dragging his man inside the 20, down to the 19. This is where they threw the interception earlier.
Yeah, and that's what hurt Trail in the first half with Scarborough in that run game was they bring those linebackers up to fill those gaps, but as soon as they get sealed off a little bit, Scarborough he's a senior. He knows all he's got to do is just bounce it to the outside or find a crease, and then there's nobody behind those guys to get him until he gets 10 yards down the field.
Like I said, I don't know in the first half if there was any, but there has not been a negative play yet. I mean, running the ball.
No, not well, other than the sack. But running the ball, no, it's all been positive, and I don't know that there's been any runs less than 3 or 4 yards.
A little bit there again. They go back to Scarborough, but he had him.
He broke a tackle or 6.
And he's still inside the 10. That was Eli Atkins in the backfield. Eli Atkins had his arms around him, but he went right through him.
And he ended up
inside
the first down, didn't he? Yeah. So
that was the first penetration that we've really seen from this defensive line. That was from Eli Atkins, a freshman.
But Scarborough just strong enough to just shove him off and keep going.
You've seen a lot of freshmen. I think Trail defensively is just trying to throw out there to see on defense who can stop the run. Somebody make a play. So first and goal at about the 9.5-yard line. They go right back. Well, they fake it to Scarborough. They go to Coleman, and Coleman is in the end zone 4-6.
Yeah, so you took a step forward and 2 steps back there. You would like to have capitalized on that turnover, or at least get it to where you could punt one and get them further downfield instead of gifting them that good field position. So
Yeah. Momentum changed quickly there.
Yeah, you had
back and forth about 3 times.
You had it for a second, lost it, got it back, and then lost it again. And
it's a big 2-point conversion here for Clay, because you get this, it moves it up to 15, and then you're going to have to go for 2. A little reverse,
another reverse
and a pass, and it's dropped and then caught.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And Cooper Collins is the one who ends up catching it.
That was, the one that started it all. That was amazing concentration he had to pull that thing in. So,
yeah, that was, I don't know who initially dropped it at the goal line. He would have had the 2-point conversion himself, but it bounces off his hands, and then the quarterback, Cooper Collins, catches it.
They were.
I don't know if maybe it was initially intended for Collins and he just threw it short.
I don't know, but if that would have fallen incomplete, which it had a real good chance to do, I was getting ready to say they're kind of overthinking herself with all this trickeration on
it's
these
like they're
2-point
wasting all their trick plays on their 2-point conversion, but they've all worked. I mean, even the one that didn't work should have worked.
Should have worked, yeah.
Said he could have ran it in, but he didn't. He elected to throw it. So here with 3:48 to go in been a long third quarter.
Yeah.
Still got a third of the third quarter left here, and I don't think Clay's going to kick it to John Neal here, but they've
fooled us before. Speaking of the clock, we got to mention that Dan Uden's not with us anymore, and we got a new clock man. We won't say his name right now because he may not be.
He didn't die. He's just not up here with us anymore.
But you know that. Yeah, we will talk about our sponsors too for sure. But have you noticed that the air smells better up here now that mysteriously that Dan's not around? But we love you, Dan.
So Clay set the kickoff here.
Watching at home, I think, is what his plan was.
What's going on here with
is
Clay?
This a trick lineup?
So they go to the opposite side. This one goes to Riley Dixon at about the 27. Looking for some room. He breaks a tackle, and he's going the wrong way and almost fumbled.
Yeah, that ball almost got out of his hands. I'm not sure what was happening. Man.
So we'll see where they spot the forward progress there. He was originally out to 40 and decided to try to cut it across the field and ended up losing about 4 yards there.
Yeah, going to scrimmage from about the 36. Will trail.
So this is a big drive here. You can't really afford not to go get a score here.
Yeah, you if you want to keep serve with these guys, you've got to, because you have no answer for the running game so far, and you've got to keep this thing as close as you can for as long as you can.
Pitch it back to Neal. He cuts it up. He gets a few yards, but he is met by about 6, maybe 8 Clay County Panthers there.
Wow, I don't know how long they're going to let him go after the initial whistle, but they trail. The trail blockers had walled them off, but he had to try to cut it back in, and then there was just too much congestion in the middle for him to make anything happen.
Yeah, right now there's just nothing downfield for Midland Trail.
Yeah, let's see if they decide to roll Shockey out again and try to get him a little bit of time to see if he can find somebody further downfield, or if
he's going to split Dixon out to his right, Jones in the slot, and then you got Neal coming in motion, and they go fake it to Neal. Shockey's going to keep it himself. He's across the 40. Not a bad play design there.
No, he's not going to blister with the speed, but he did get out there to pick up some positive yards. So going to bring up a key third down because you're in tough yardage territory. This is a spot where if you don't get close to that first down, you're probably not going for it. You're going to have to punt it away. But
I don't know how many more possessions you have, and then the way your defense is playing, do you want to give the ball back down to Clay down 2 possessions?
You almost would like to play keep away at this point because your defense is winded, and which most of those guys are on offense, but they're.
It's been a long. I don't know what the play clock is because they're keeping it on the field, but got to be getting close. I think he just showed up 5.
Yeah, you got to snap it quick.
He does get it off. He rolls. He's still rolling. He throws downfield, and it caught by John Neal, but he is out of bounds.
Landed out of bounds, but yeah, that was the right thought, but.
So what do you do here?
The right execution. So, yeah, you're right. You didn't pick up anything, so you're
still
fourth and a long 4. Yeah, so
And you'll see, looks like they are going to bring the punt team on.
Punt, but
that play just got strung out too much, and
yeah, the defenders had too much time to kind of feel things out there to where he just had to kind of force it to where it was either going to be Neal or nobody out of bounds, and it was just let him.
He's only punted once so far.
Yeah, and it was a good looking punt,
and they had a good return, but it was called back on a block in the back. This one's going to be taken at about the 28. Trying to get the sideline across the 40, tackled there by Luke Martin. So it's going to be good field position again for Clay County, and I don't think they should throw the ball, but kind of hope they do some.
Just give us a little bit better of a shot because
yeah, so each team's Trail has 2 turnovers, Clay County has 1, and that's really been the difference so far. This has been a long quarter. I don't even know it's 9:30 already. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball sits at their own 43. Scarborough, the deep man, and he goes right to Scarborough and breaks a tackle there. He's across the 45, cuts it across midfield, and he's pushed forward. He's going to have the first down.
Yeah, this just reminds us of what Trail was doing with Roop last year.
Yeah, I imagine he's probably
Clay
he's
and well
over the century mark.
Yeah, well, I think he's well over the 200.
I was about to say he's probably the 200.
Yeah, I think he was about $150 at the first half, and I think he's probably eclipsed 200 plus at this point. But
and that was the strong point for Midland Trail defensively all year. They only gave up 81 points. That's 8.1 in the regular season. Gave up 8.1 points a game.
Right.
So Clay County only scored 13 on them last year when they played at Roane County. They go back to Scarborough, and it's almost like he's looking, ball, and it is recovered by who else? John Neal.
Man on the spot. But yeah, I don't know who delivered that blow. I'm not sure who.
Well, I think it was just kind of punched out.
It might have, yeah.
Scarborough's just kind of dancing there. If he just goes upfield.
That's really the only thing at this point that's going to slow that run game down, and you got a gift, and you at least got it, and you turned it into a turnover. So now you got to capitalize and get points out of this as we got 53 seconds left on this third quarter clock. You've got to find a way to get in the end zone here and punch back a little bit because let's face it, that was a statement drive they were putting together.
Yeah.
They were just going to run it down your throat and make you stop, and if you didn't, they were going to end up in the end zone, and that was pretty much going to be ball game. So Trail's got to do something here with this possession and try to cash points out.
Really, this game's been all John Neal for the Patriots. So if we see someone else really step up, snap is fumbled, and Shockey's just trying to get something, and he wisely just goes down. But that's going to be a huge loss.
Yeah, not what you need on first down for sure, as he kind of just had to pick it up and get what he could get, but there was no protection on that side, and he pretty much had
the
5
play was
rushers
going,
coming.
Yeah, the play was going to that right side the whole time. So he loses 5 there, so it's going to be about 2nd and call it 15. Should get one more playoff here in the third quarter. And you'd like to pick up about half of that here and put yourself in a little bit third and manageable. Because you're definitely getting to that point where it's all 4-down territory.
Yeah, you're going to be in 4 down, so you pretty much got to get.
So you got man coverage over here with Neal. They hand it off to Hensley, and Hensley's got the lost yardage back and then some. He gets across the 40 down to the 42, so that's going to set up a 3rd and 5 when we come back here in the fourth quarter. So after 3, Clay County leads it 28-13. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Patriots when we come back.
Lighthouse Worship Center is a proud sponsor of Midland Trail Middle School and high school football and all of our student athletes. Lighthouse Worship Center, a Bible-based, Bible-believing church where we can learn together, worship together as we do life together with the direction of God. Lighthouse Worship Center, 1175 Smales Branch Road in Hyco. Call 304-658-3370. A proud supporter of Midland Trail Athletics.
Southern Sons Demolition and Lawn is a proud sponsor of the Midland Trail Patriots. Southern Sons offer a variety of outdoor services such as excavation, lawn care and landscaping, tree removal, material delivery such as mulch, stone, sand, and more. Serving Fayette, Nicholas, and Raleigh counties. Licensed and insured. Choose Southern Sons to bring out the potential for your outdoor oasis. Give us a call at 304-575-0050 or 304-658-8182. Be sure to like us on Facebook. Southern Sons, a proud supporter of your Midland Trail Patriots.
Welcome back to Midland Trail Sports Network as we are set to start the fourth quarter here.
The man, Mr. Swafford, is over here doing an exceptional job taking over for Dan, the man, on this clock. So he's a quick learning curve on it. He picked it up quick. So he's definitely having a hard time watching his son play because it's a lot going on with that
Neal
clock.
in motion. Fake it to Neal, looking for Jones, but that's taken away. He goes back to him. He cuts it up. He's going to have the first down.
There you go. We didn't realize Dan was so talented on that clock. We weren't giving Dan enough credit all these years. Yeah, we won't give him much. All right, so good job by Trail. The chain's moving as they about 3 yards away from crossing midfield here and getting over into Clay territory as we start the fourth quarter.
And they did give him the first down there. Yeah, so the big play there on second down by going to Hensley. I don't know, did Hensley run it much in the first half?
Not a lot. No, he
screen
had a
out to
couple
Neal.
of,
He's going to have to make a man miss, but he falls down. That's going to be a loss of about 4.
Hensley had a couple of runs. One of them he really had trouble getting out of the backfield back to the line of scrimmage, and then another one he picked up a few yards. But, yeah, he's definitely found a little bit of running room in this second half so far.
Going to have a Clay County Panther cramping now. It's a
like.
very warm night. Week started out very cool.
Yeah, I think we kicked off about 74 degrees, and these early season games that you're still in August, and it's the heat came back. Last week it had cooled off a little bit and almost started to feel like fall in the evenings there for a couple of days, but then it warmed back up. So yeah, you definitely hydration and pickle juice is at a premium tonight.
And we've talked a little bit about, this game is usually a big stepping point for either of these teams to start the season. Clay County, actually, I was reading yesterday, they haven't had a losing season since 2013.
Really?
They finished last year strong. They
came on.
They won 5 in a row to end the season. They beat Roane County in the playoffs. It was only their second ever playoff win in school history.
That was one of the things we talked about. It looked like Trail and Clay may line up for a second round in the playoff, or for as a second time opponent in the playoffs. And I said, I don't know that you want to draw Clay County because they really got it rolling and ended up, they won what they beat Roane on the first round.
Yep.
So so this coaching staff, they've done a good job with them, and they. It seems like they always have, good, strong athletic teams, and they're always determined. So
we didn't get to talk about much in the pregame, but this Midland Trail schedule is going to be much different this year. You got 4 new teams on the schedule. Some teams probably you haven't played a lot. Though next week, Wahama will be rolling into town. I don't know. I have to look at history. I would imagine they may.
I don't know if they've ever played. Yeah, it would be. It would be lost on me if they have played, because I wouldn't think so, because they're down across the river from Pomeroy, Ohio, over in Mason, West Virginia, across the bridge there. So
and then Trail goes on the road for their first road trip, week 3 to Braxton. Then back home here, be an early homecoming. They'll be taking on a new team on the schedule. Interested to see the class size difference, how many times they've played. They'll be playing Greenbrier East here for homecoming.
Yeah, I know they scrimmaged them last year.
Yeah, usually it's a common scrimmage every year. So second and about 14. They go back to Hensley. He gets the lost yardage back, and they're going to spot him right at the line of scrimmage. So that's going to set up a 3rd and 10. And also new on the schedule this year will be Riverview and Pikeview.
And speaking of Riverview, Riverview. Yeah, I was trying to remember. I was going to try to keep an eye on some of these teams that were playing, their scores tonight at halftime, but we kind of got lost in all the technicalities. But try to see how those guys are doing.
Yeah, we apologize for those difficulties in the first half. We were, like I said, a cord got cut or just kind of got old.
Yeah, might just need replaced.
And Shockey is going the wrong way quick.
Going to have to eat that one. Yeah, that wasn't
And
the
that
result
takes away
you wanted.
anything you thought about going for it on fourth down.
Yeah, they just had a straight bull rush right up the middle that they couldn't do anything with, and pass protect did not hold up really at all to give him a chance. He just had to kind of fall on it. So
that's a big sack there on third down. Sack made there by number 8, Nick Williams, a 5'10 senior. So that's going to bring on Shrewsbury to punt here. It'll be about 4th and 23.
Yeah, you still got a lot of time, but man, you really need to get an answer here.
Shrewsbury muffs the punt, and he's just going to try to keep it himself. And he's going to get it out to about the 29, and that's it. So
was hoping for one of those Bennett against Nicholas County punts where you get to pull, you have to tuck it and run, and then you get a personal foul and you end up getting a first down out of it. But that doesn't happen very often.
You usually needed 2 personal fouls there to get a first down.
Yeah, that would have been tough to overcome. But yeah, that's insult to injury, because now Clay County's set up with, not only did you kick them downfield, they've got you backed up and
about the 29. That's about where they started earlier when they got the fumble and the interception. So field position has been the difference in this ball game. Try looking like to bring a little pressure there. They give it to, is that Coleman? Coleman wiggles his way through across the 25 down to about the 20. Oh, they're going to spot him at the 25.
Yeah, you worry about the little bit fresher legs with Coleman, and he's a changeup back because he's a little bit shiftier and a little bit more speed than what Scarborough has. But
yeah, I think Clay County right now is content on just running some clock, and you get a score here, that's going to almost be an insurmountable lead here. 3 scores with less than 9 will be less than 9 minutes at least.
Yeah, if you're trail, you need to play for a turnover here, and Clay County may be an advantage that the play clocks aren't working because they can't really milk it down as far as they would like because they can't keep an eye on it.
And Scarborough's going to have the first down. He's dragging defenders inside the 15 down to the 14.
That's been the story of the game. Scarborough's just been strong, and it's just tough for them to bring him down, and then they counter with a little passing attack that we thought was going to be their bread and butter. But I think when they found something with that running game, they just decided to, other than when they would get down close to scoring position, they leaned on that running game. So
they're definitely milking that clock now, as it's going to be inside 8.5 minutes by the time they snap this 1st and 10. Collins going to have Coleman to his right. It's like Scarborough split out, and they're going to throw the ball, and they throw it right to. That wasn't Scarborough. That may have been number 13, Cohen Ramsey. Picks up about 4 there.
Yeah, still. I mean, I guess they trust in their passing offense because that's their main deal. But
throwing that underneath stuff there.
Yeah,
I don't think you're going to see more jump balls.
No, I wouldn't think they would string it out and take a chance. But
so Collins going to have Coleman to his right for the 2nd and 6. Brings Cohen Ramsey in motion, fakes it to him, gives it to Coleman. Coleman's across the 5, and he's
they're going to spot him.
I think they're going to spot him short.
Spotting him short, yeah. I thought he might have got in for a second.
Yeah, it looked like but it's going to set up a 1st and goal at the 1. Weiss comes off. Holden Grimmett comes in for him.
Yeah, they sub him in at linebacker and see if you got to think they're just going to test the middle this time. But
yeah, you still got Coleman in there. You're probably going to try to reward him.
Yeah, he likes to go wide, so we'll see what they.
Going to keep Collins going to keep it himself and waiting for the call. He looks in.
Thought he was in.
There's the call. It is a touchdown by quarterback for Clay, Cooper Collins, and that makes it a 21-point game here with 7:08 to go. And you can see the Midland Trail looks a little defeated there on defense.
Yeah, it's almost got the feel of what last season's game was when it was close for a while, and then Trail kind of ran away with it. And it
because defensively for Trail, they started the game with a 3 and out, you felt pretty good. But other than that, the only time they stopped Clay was turnovers, the interception and the fumble. They're going to kick an extra point here for the first time we've seen this ball game, and it is low and maybe right. It is wide right.
Yeah.
So that keeps it a 21-point game here with 7:08 to go, and Midland Trail's got to score every possession. You don't know how many more you're even going to get. We'd like to once again apologize for the difficulties in the first half, and we'd like to thank our sponsors. We didn't get to do our Dr. Cassis halftime show. We appreciate Dr. Cassis. He has been a longtime sponsor here on the Midland Trail Sports Network, along with Flat Top Fridays, Raynell Medical Center, Direct Choice in Beckley, Southern Sons Lawn Care, Lighthouse Worship Center.
And we also want to talk a little bit about the Midland Trail High School alumni. They're going to be doing some events, and going to have a couple of things coming up. This being the 50-year anniversary, couple of different things happening at the Greenbrier East game on the 18th. The Mr. and Mrs. Patriot, and they're trying to get all the past Mr. and Mrs. Patriots that are available to come to that game. They'd love to see you out here. So that's
events going on all year, and they're celebrating the 50th year. Maybe see some special decals on the trail helmets this year. I know they got the old school Patriot logo on there now. You'll see the Anstead logo at some point. You'll see the Nuttall logo.
Also, there will be a halftime ceremony September 4th game.
This one's kicked directly out of bounds. So that'll be a penalty on the play.
Yeah, I guess
seen a lot of penalties here in this second half.
Yeah, second half's been a little bit cleaner, more turnover prone, but flag wise, it was kind of crazy in the first half, and then second half calmed down a little bit. But
yeah, the big penalty in the second half. Midland Trail had that offensive pass interference. Instead of 2nd and 2, they were all the way back at 1st and 25. That's when they ended up having the interception. So they will have good field position here to start. And you're going to have to be in a little bit of a hurry up here. And I think Clay probably will see if they just pin their ears back and come at you.
Yeah,
And you probably got to throw the ball.
To throw it, yeah. Yeah,
He throws it deep to John Neal, and John Neal never could really locate the ball in air.
Kind of complaining a little bit that he was being held, but
and somebody is hurt. Is that Jeremy Shockey?
Oh, no.
So Jeremy Shockey had to step in this year.
Yeah, I didn't see if he got hit when he released it. Evidently it was as the ball was being thrown.
Yeah.
So
Jeremy Shockey stepping in. Ray Dickerson, unfortunately, was in a accident over the offseason and still working his way back from that. We wish him all the best in his health. Not really worried about football per se, just hopefully he can get back to fully healthy.
Yeah, they said Race has been doing a lot of coach-like things with the team. So
he's not only coaching up here, he's actually coaching down in the Little League too, coaching his little brother's team.
Coach Dickerson. See, I didn't see what happened.
A quick break here as they tend to the injured player. We'll be right back after these commercials.
Raynell Medical Center is proud to offer Dr. Lisa McBride, pediatrician at Lewisburg Pediatrics and Family Health Center. Quality primary and pediatric care from head to toe. Adult and child well visits, acute visits, ADHD management, behavioral health therapy, parent-child interactive therapy, osteopathic manipulative treatment, lab services, DOT physicals, sports physicals, and more. Our office is open Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Call for your...
All right. Welcome back to Midland Trail Sports Network as Shockey is working his way off the field holding his elbow or side. I can't really tell.
Yeah, right arm, it looks like, the way he's holding his arm. Well, he does have a hand on his. Yeah. Could just be a nerve thing, like a dead shoulder or something that you get sometimes, depending on how you get hit or whatnot. But a bit hard to tell, but yeah, he's definitely walking
So it'll be 2nd and
cautiously
10.
with it. We get Jasper Swafford in to take a snaps now for Trail. So
Yeah, not in a good situation. You want throwing right in the ball game because
right,
you know you're going to have to step
But
back
you're-
and throw it.
right,
Normally when your
you're-
backup comes in, you're content with letting him just hand it off.
letting him get warmed up, but this is kind of his deal. The way he threw the ball last year when we saw him in a backup role. So
They are just going to hand it off to Brody Hensley, but he's hitting the backfield for a loss. That is Brody Scarborough, who hits him for a loss of about 1. So that's going to set up a 3rd and about 11, maybe 12. And give him loss of 1 there.
yeah, this going forward as far as this Trail defense, we had concerns about their because coming out of last season, they still struggled to play the ball in the air downfield, and we saw some of that in the scrimmage game against Oak Hill. But now you're a little bit worried because they're struggling, and maybe Clay County's world beaters with this running game, you hope, and it's just something you can get fixed a little bit better, and maybe its opponent adjusted somewhat. But
So Shockey or Swafford going to be the shotgun. He catches the snap there. He throws deep. That ball's up in the air.
come on, John Neal.
John Neal trying to jump for it, but great play on the ball there by number 13. That is Cohen Ramsey.
Yeah, they had him where he wanted him. The defenders just stood their ground, and they hung in there. So
You hung that ball. If you get that ball down some, you may be able to catch him in stride there, but he had hung up there a little bit longer than you'd like.
yeah, this got to think you're just
Offensive
going
line
to.
set to come off field.
I was going to say, you
Coach
got to
Moore's
think
like,
you're
"We're
just
going
going
for
to
this one."
Yeah, 10 yards. You don't need it all. You just try to pick up 10 here. You got 6 minutes on the clock to work with, so you want to try to salvage this drive and, at least for confidence sake, try to get in the end zone here. And
See what Clay County does here. Maybe you can get Swafford out and get him some open space. He does got a little bit more speed than Shockey has. He looking for the ball. He
was
picks
coming
it
hot.
up.
He's going to.
He's running. He's across the 45.
Nice block.
That's going to be.
Oh, they're
That
gonna
was a
block
nice block
that
20
was-
years ago.
That was. We celebrate those blocks. I tell you, he did a good job to pick it up. It was going to be close if they wouldn't have had that block. I think he was still going to get it anyway because he was right there. But
I mean,
that's a tough one.
now you can't make that block.
Right.
You just can't do it.
But you want to.
You want to,
but you still
but you
want
can't
to.
because
And
now
it
you're
is
going to negate what was a first down back to 4th and
right.
17.
And it is it's hard to pull back on that when you're running full speed and you know that guy's coming to make the play and you're.
But a great job there by Swafford nonetheless.
He that snap was hard to handle, and we saw that when he was taking warm-up snaps down here. The snaps are coming back funky.
They're coming
and
back
hot,
over on
but-
the left. You almost want he may be lining up a little bit different than Shockey lines up.
Right, and then it's but yeah, he had no choice but to run it. But it was the what we needed anyway because he looked like he was going to get there, and yeah, but unfortunately the illegal block is going to bring this one back and.
Yeah, so what was
Set
what
it
was
to-
going to be a first down? Now you're looking at 4th and 16, 17.
Now you just have to well, Swafford's definitely in the game flow right now because he got a little bit of contact there and knows what he's got to do. So he's got the juices flowing, so he can just kind of let it rip here. He's got a 4th down. If he don't have anybody, he may pull it down if they're spread out. And maybe he can find a running lane and pick something up if they send these guys deep. It looks like they're going to go.
I'll split 2 receivers to each side. He's got Neal and Morris to his right. Good snap there. He's got good protection. He steps up. He's going to jump pass.
And that jump pass nearly came in
But still would have been short.
complete. Yeah, it was going to be because he was going to the ground if he would have caught it. But, yeah, he kind of was having to throw against his body, and it was really the only way he could get the ball out there. But Hensley stepped up with a little bit of protection for him, but he still had pressure coming from both sides, so he had to kind of scramble out of that pocket to try to make something happen. I wondered if Clay would bring in any of the backups. He might start sprinkling some guys in, and Trail may do the same just to get some fresh bodies
Trail
in
has
there.
played a lot of different people on
they've been-
defense, just trying to get somebody in there to stop this
Try
run.
to make a stop.
You got a freshman linebacker in there right now with Eli Atkins. You got a freshman at corner with Colt Lesher. He started, and now they're going to actually pass the ball. He's going deep.
Wow.
And John Neal, that was a great
defensive
defense
play
by the receiver.
the offensive receiver, because Neal was going to play that thing and maybe have a chance at a return on that.
You're not going to come out here with a lot of bright spots, but John Neal has definitely been a huge
I still
one.
Still look kind of bewildered why they are throwing it so much when they really don't need to.
No.
I mean, they could. The clock's their friend if they want to run
they're
it.
Used to. They're trying to get maybe this pass run
yeah.
ratio a little bit back to where
right.
it is
They're going to be
normally.
run heavy right now, so it's not going to look right in the stats. But
so 2nd and 10, and he's going to pass again. He's got pressure. He throws it. His man's open. He catches it, and we're going to. I think we're going to get an offensive pass interference like we had earlier.
From the contact early.
Yeah, I think he started blocking while the ball was still in the air. So.
Yeah, the quarterback will drop back, and they just they end up taking waiting a beat or two before they deliver it, and the receiver is trying to engage and go ahead and start blocking so that they can.
I think that's what the penalty is going to be, but we're going to see here, waiting for the call from the officials. They were mic'd up. They have been mic'd up, yeah.
Yeah, it was working earlier.
Yeah, I don't know. And that was a good job of Collins to get that off. I don't know who came off that right side, but they were in his face.
Yeah, he definitely was in his grill for sure when he was.
And an eligible receiver downfield.
It had to be somebody on that left side, though, where the flag came from, but I don't know.
Well, maybe it was the guy who was supposed to block that guy coming off the edge.
Well, and he must not have been.
I'm not sure why the clock's rolling because it was an incomplete pass on the previous one, and he's looking to throw down. That's that screenplay they scored on earlier. And into Elliott, he gets all the way down. He's going to be.
No.
I thought he had the first down, but they were calling to roll the clock. That's what was confusing me there.
Yeah, no, he ended up. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they called for that when it's supposed to be a dead ball, but.
Yeah, you got to wait for the chains to set there. But, yeah, that was the same play they scored on earlier.
Right. They just kind of drag him across, and then he gets in space to the field side.
This offense has been very impressive for Clay County. They have opened up the playbook.
Yeah, they're
going to hand it off this time to number 14. That's going to be a hold all day. Maybe twice on Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to be a touchdown, but it's coming back.
They ruled him out.
That's a run there by number 14, Joel Elliott.
Yeah, they ruled him out.
That was a nice bear hug there.
They ruled him out before he got the end zone, but you're right. The hold in the backfield was a takedown.
3 points there, I guess. I think that's what a takedown's worth. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds right. There's been some clamoring to find out if we're going to cover some volleyball games. Like even middle school volleyball games.
You find the time in the schedule.
Oh, not in my schedule. I don't even know how to spell volleyball. I don't even know how we would call it. But
tough.
I think you could do it, though. You and Rick could be on that.
We would love to call as many as possible if time allowed. He's dropping back to pass again, and he's going to be hit as he throws, and it is caught. Great. Oh, breaks the tackle there, still on his feet. And he's going to end up in the end zone.
I thought that was going to be a fumble back here that they were going to cause, and it turns into 6 points for Clay. So
that was Cohen Ramsey there on the touchdown for the Panthers.
And this thing has gotten out of hand all of a sudden, and Trail just trying to find an answer now. So what was last year's final?
Last year's final was 41-13.
That's what I was thinking. It was eerie close to what it is flipped this time. So
we will we'll be back on the air next Friday. Hopefully, get these technical issues fixed. Well, I won't be here. I will be out of town for work. So, athletic director Curtis Miller will be stepping in to call the game with you.
Yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be interesting. Get his coach perspective on it from his old coaching days.
The White Falcons rolling into town, I'd imagine, for the first time ever, and that's going to be an offsides.
And Wahama they've been a power for
the last few years,
and definitely in baseball, but football a lot. So
I'm going to check some scores around. Let's see. They're declining the penalty. I guess they don't want to kick closer. Yeah, Wahama beats Ritchie County tonight, 57-16.
Ritchie County's usually a decent team.
Kick is good.
Wow. So
that makes it 41-13, the exact score of the game last year.
If it holds, it will be, just different result. Unfortunately, Trail on the wrong end of that right now.
James Monroe, two teams we'll see later in this year. James Monroe leads Greenbrier East 13-6. Sherman leads Liberty Raleigh 50-26. Trying to see any other teams on the schedule, but that may be about it. Greenbrier West plays tomorrow night. Nicholas County leads Riverside 14-7. That'd be a big win for Nicholas County over a 4A school. Pikeview defeats Summers County 42-8. Princeton all over Capital 63-0.
Yeah, you hope this. We talk about Clay. The first game of the season's been the first game of the season for several years now, and it is kind of like you said. It's kind of a barometer game. Sometimes it kind of dictates your season, but you hope that's not the.
Well, this will be the last 5 meetings. They've just back and forth. They've each won at the other team's place. So, technically last year it was a neutral field, but technically
supposed to be a home game for Clay. Yeah.
This ball's going to go out of bounds again.
They're definitely not wanting to take a chance on these returns. But
so we'll see offensively what Midland Trail brings out here. We may see some subs in now. Swafford comes off the field, so I'm not sure who's playing quarterback.
Oh, no, he's coming to get to play.
Oh, he's coming to get to play. Okay.
Hensley's checking out. We go in the empty backfield. 5 wide.
See Holden Grimmett there. He came in last year during some.
I was going to say you'd about have to have somebody to protect back there.
Yeah, I don't know if you just maybe try to
dump it down.
Well, just maybe hand it off and just get out of this game. I mean, you're down 28, 4 minutes left. You don't want to let you get out of here without any injuries.
Or you throw it around the yard and see what you got. Get ready for.
So he hands it off to Grimmett, and Grimmett's falling forward. Grimmett's going to give him about 3 there. He gets it to the 41.
Yeah, it still looks like most of the starters in, at least on the offense. The defense.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really afford to take those offenses. They need as many reps as they can.
Yeah, you need to get continuity for sure.
Yeah, really, the only person you got returning that played any meaningful minutes last year was Riker Wood.
Yeah.
Okay, just watch for me to come down then. All right, thank you.
Yeah, they may be lulling them to sleep with a little bit of running game and then just try to dump one deep because you've got some backups in that you can try to get this pass game cranked a little bit.
Swafford muffs it, and it's going to be recovered there.
Snap again is just coming in low and hard to handle. I don't know. It's weird because there wasn't an issue earlier in the game that I noticed. But
when you got different QB center combo, it just throws a little bit things off.
Just seems weird that it's coming back here funky and hard to handle. Clay County defender, heads up. He was able to get that thing and pounce on it. So Trail defense right back on the field.
Lucas Young at center. He played a lot of center in middle school and little league. He had moved to tight end last year as a freshman, and then moved him back to center this year. So 3:08 to go here in the game. Some more subs coming in now. Number 88, Nolan Bowler, called his name a lot last year covering the middle school games. I think you got a good bit of subs now on that defensive side. And Clay County's going to take a time out there. They may be having some subs come in as well. So trying to get all of them lined up correctly. Yeah, you never want to start the season off with a loss, but Clay County showed last year. They struggled early, but got it going at the right time and was able to get in the playoffs and get a playoff win. I mean, this game one's not going to define your season. It's how you bounce back from it going forward.
Yeah, and they're returning their quarterback, and they got a running back that's experienced and strong, and that they always have good size on their offensive line. That's always a gimme. So they definitely had a lot of tools to work with. So trail a little bit behind in those categories, but definitely got some work to do. And getting a run game going and stopping the run, is priority.
Yeah, it's going to be priority number
one and 1A for
this
sure.
week in practice, and then you hope Shockey's injury is not too bad. I mean, you're already having to start a new quarterback this year, and that's tough in itself. So we do got a new quarterback in for the Panthers. We'll have to get a number on that.
Looks like number 9.
Number 9 is Trenton Parker, a 6-foot freshman. He hands it off there to number 7, Tyler Bird, a 5'9" sophomore. Yeah, look for Clay County probably to try to pick up this first down, then they can go into victory celebration.
Yeah, this one unfortunately was nice and back and forth in that first half, and then
subs coming in for the Patriots. Number 34, Blaine Parsons, and number 30, Reed Caudell. Get it back to Bird and breaks the tackle there. He's going to be right around the first down.
Just a little bit short, it looks like.
Tackled by number 19 there, Peyton Beard.
Somebody moved early on the offense, but I guess probably this late in the game, they probably aren't going to whistle that if it was. But
it'll be 3rd and 2 here with 2 minutes to go here in the ball game. You pick up this first down, you could probably kneel it twice and it's over.
They might want to throw it, though. You get down here, that's what they've been doing.
Brings a guy in motion. Goes right back to Bird, and great tackle there.
What a hit.
That was number 40, Brody Odell. That was about textbook tackle right there.
Yeah, he was bringing the heat.
So that's going to bring up 4th and about 4 there. Great form tackle there by Brody Odell.
Yeah, Trail with definitely some stuff to correct, but they got live game reps here that they can break down on film and then hopefully learn a lot.
To Bird, and he is it's going to be dependent on the spot because he got drove back there.
Yeah, I think he's short.
That was Eli Atkins who drove him back.
They may give it to him. I'm not sure, but they yeah,
was that Atkins or was that Odell again? I can't tell if that was 40 or 48. Yeah, Atkins and Odell built very similar, and they got 40 and 48. Sometimes it's tough to see exactly what number that was, but I do believe it was Eli Atkins with the tackle there, and he is going to be short with 50 seconds here.
Is this where we go to the old adage, a team improves its most from week 1 to week 2? And we're going to hang our hats on that.
You would hope.
Because we're going to hope. Now, hopefully Wahama don't follow that script because sounds like they looked pretty good in their debut tonight.
So, late. Running on late there is your center.
All right, let's job 1. Let's get to snap clean.
Good snap there. Hands it off to Grimmett, and Grimmett's just going to fall forward.
He was met with resistance right off the bat.
So we're going to probably get one more play here, and that'll do it.
That's right.
Yeah, if you didn't have snap issues, it would be nice to see Jasper air it out a little bit because you're throwing it around some just to see what you can.
I think you only got to what he made
going, but
2 throws. He threw the one deep down the kneel, and then the 4th down jump pass from 16. Not really where you want that jump pass, but had to figure out a way to get it off.
That's That's a Patrick Mahomes
Yeah,
made that famous, didn't he?
I believe Tim Tebow may have been the first one.
Well, no, that one was at the goal
That
line.
was at the goal line, I guess.
Maybe Bernie Kosar with the
They're
sidearm.
going to give it to
Oh,
him, and it's another muff.
throw it. Get out of there. Oh, wait.
They blew it dead.
Oh, they blew it dead.
So that will do it as Clay County comes in for the third time in a row.
On Trails home field.
Trails home field and knocks off Trail. This one, the exact score of our game last year, just flipped the script. And this one, I mean, it was a 7-point game there in the third quarter, really. I mean, you thought you had all the momentum after John Neal returns the kickoff, and then on the ensuing drive for Clay County, John Neal gets the interception, but then you cough it right back up to them, and that was really the last time.
That was a turning point, yeah, because you felt, you were trying to hold on for everything you could, and you just felt it kind of slipping away a little bit, and then you just couldn't quite keep the cracks in the dam from breaking loose because it was just, too much at that point. So.
Yeah, just a lot to work on defense and offense. I mean, was tough sledding. I mean, for a team that last year, I believe at Clay, they ran for 278, something like that. And this year, I'm not sure you ran for 50.
Right. I'd be surprised if you broke 50 yards. So, but yeah, it's going to be definitely a lot to work on. So, we'll have to see where you go from here, but it doesn't get any easier next week with Wahama coming in. So, So yeah, we'll have to see what it brings because you got a lot to work on, but you got stuff on film and you got a lot you can correct. So hopefully they can learn from it and just move on and focus on next week and see what happens with your injuries and stuff and see where that leads you. But you definitely want to start with that ground game and just get that thing established and get that line together. That's
going to get your passing game going there. I mean, just got to get something on the ground.
Maybe we'll see next week.
But yeah, you fall to 0-1 here. Clay County moves to 1-0, so good start for Clay County and for Trail. You've got a lot you can work on. First thing is health of your quarterback, and then go from there. But said you got a single A team coming into town next week, Wahama, but that's not your normal single A team. I mean, they're
right. They could contend in double A most years, year in and year out. So that's not going to be an easy ask to take those guys on. You're going to have to bring it and you're going to have to do something well. Right now, you're not really doing a whole lot well.
Kickoff return was
return's pretty good.
Pretty good.
And in that first half, and maybe
you don't want to be returning a lot of kicks is the problem.
Right. Yeah. If you're returning kicks, it's not a good sign. You want to be kicking off. But I like the energy and everything that Trail was bringing early in that first half. They were, as long as when they were in the game, they were competitive. But you definitely got to limit turnovers when you've got a team like this, and you got to have some stuff special happen on special teams. And we saw that they've got that potential. So you can be in about every ball game, but you've got to hang your hat on a running game, and you've got to be able to stop that run or at least slow it down.
Yeah, slow it down is going to be your step one.
I got to think if Wahama watches this film, they're just going to say, well, we may pass well, but let's, concentrate on going run heavy until Trail proves that they can stop it. And that's probably what most teams will end up doing. Kind of like a few years ago, some of those Trail teams we saw where, they couldn't really get a good run game identity going. And when they struggled to stop the run, that's when they had their biggest problems. Yep. So, they may look at changing their defensive front a little bit and, getting another guy down on the line, maybe in midfield. They may jump into a bear defense or something just to get another body up there at the point of contact on the line of scrimmage just to try to mix it up a little bit.
So that will do it for us here in Hico. So we apologize again for the difficulties we had during the first half. Hopefully those are lined out for next week.
We're supposed to give a shout out to Billy McGraw, who
happy 60-something birthday. We're not going to say the exact.
I think he was 28 again. So I don't know if Curtis made the announcement or not.
I think I may have heard it. I don't know. If he's not, he's in trouble.
He doesn't look a day over 27. So, but they're always those folks are always good to to watch us and tune in, and we appreciate everybody that tuned in and being patient with us during the technicalities. But if we have trouble from now on, we know who to grab out of the stands. So.
Well, unfortunately, the guy that helped us was the Clay County guy. I don't think he's going to be here anymore.
I thought he was one of ours.
We were getting one of ours to come up and help. So
okay.
We'll get that cord fixed permanently, hopefully next week. And like I said, be back on the air next Friday night. Chad will be here with Curtis, Coach Miller. It's filling in for me as I will be out traveling back from the great state of Minnesota. And be back for the week after that. So we appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. We will see y'all next week.
To the Midland Trail Sports Network and your Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales Game of the Week. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, conveniently located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, West Virginia. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales, a proud supporter of our student athletes.